Hey, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Live here at the Bulletproof Life. Hope everyone is having a great week. Had a good end to your week. It's Friday, and it's time to enjoy the weekend. Hopefully, tonight's topic is the first in a Friday Night Live series, and this is an external or an extension of my podcast, The Bulletproof Mindset. You can check that out on YouTube. You can also get to it at. Please go to subscribe to it at. Our link should be in the bio of each of the wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. Check it out at becomingbulletproof.info/resources. In fact, let me just set that up on the screen right now, and we'll just show you that. This is where to go to becomingbulletproof.info/resources. You can see all of our free resources right there. Tonight, we're going to be tackling a topic that came up to me this last week in really in scrolling through Facebook. And as we all know, there's so many polarizing statements today, whether it's about religion or money or politics or gender or all of the above. There's so many things that honestly divide us, and it's kind of hard to steer clear of all the negativity. What came out of that this week for me is is a question. And you may have seen my post this week, just asking the question: what is the value of talking negatively about somebody else? And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So if you can bear with me and stick with me for 30, 40 minutes, I'm going to share my research and my experience and everything that comes from this topic. And here's what we do at this channel. We start building the tools and the habits and the skill set, which I call armor, that we need to live the bulletproof life. And that's what we do here. So here we go. This topic tonight: talking negatively about somebody else might feel good in the moment, but it's costing you more than you realize. Let's cut through the bullshit. The coworker who needs the coworker who keeps screwing up and you're covering for them. That friend who betrayed your trust. That ex who deserves every insult you can throw at them. It's easy, right? I mean, it's tempting. It even feels justified, validating, right? To be able to talk negatively about that person. But let's ask the real question here, right now on this show. What's the actual value of talking negatively about somebody else? What do you gain? And more importantly, what does it cost you? What is the value of talking negatively about somebody else, as justifiable as that may feel? What is the value of doing that? And more importantly, what does it cost you? You do not inspire people by tearing others down. You inspire them by demonstrating what's possible. That's my mentor, Brendan Burchard. Let's break this down a little bit more and expose some of the hidden consequences that most people ignore. So here we are. Listen up. Before we go further, I just want to introduce what we're doing. My name is Thomas. I'm a certified high performance coach. I'm a former actor. I'm a writer, an author, a twice divorced dad of daughters, just learning every day how to lead by example, how to live this life better. And today we're answering this question, if you're just joining us, that most people don't stop and ask: what is the value of talking negatively about somebody else? Because whether you realize it or not, your words shape your influence, your credibility, and your future. They're either going to build or they're going to destroy your clarity, your energy, your courage and confidence, and your influence, your productivity. These are the 5 pillars of the bulletproof life. I'll go through them again: energy, clarity, courage, productivity, influence. Okay. One of my favorite mentors, and you probably know her. If you follow me, you probably follow her. Her name is Mel Robbins. And she says this: the words you use about others don't describe them as much as they define you. Let's talk about this. This is a subject we all deal with every single day. We go into we come up with these potential conflicting situations that we need to navigate. So let me be clear here. Every time you talk negatively about somebody else, you're showing people more about you than you are about them, the person that you're talking to. And here's why that's dangerous. All right. Number one, talking negatively about others creates a subconscious identity shift. Your brain's always listening to what you say. Remember that. You can't turn it off. You can't press pause. You can't press mute with your own brain. Your words don't just describe reality, they shape it. If you constantly gossip, you start seeing yourself as somebody who focuses on drama, not solutions. If you keep blaming others for your failures, you're going to reinforce that belief in yourself, and that's going to leave you powerless. If you complain about how unfair life is, your brain starts filtering your world through negativity, meaning that even when good things happen, you're going to struggle to recognize them when they come. This has a lot of backing, psychological backing. Okay. My mentor, again, Brendan Burchard, in his book, High Performance Habits, he explains it. He says this: your brain wires itself based on the language you use. If you want a stronger mindset, you have to change the way you speak, not just to others, but to yourself. Wow. All right. Here's the second thing: talking negatively is a lazy ass way to create connection, and it usually backfires. It usually backfires. Let's be honest about this. Talking about somebody else is an easy way to bond with others. We can all gang up on that coworker that we don't like, right? It's something we all have in common. But here's the problem with that. If your relationship is built on negativity, it is not going to last. It won't. Prove me wrong. If somebody bonds with you over talking trash, guess what? They're eventually going to talk trash about you. If negativity is the foundation of your influence with anyone, people will only follow you for drama. They're not going to respect you. Another one of my favorite authors, his name is Jay Shetty. In his book, Think Like a Monk, he says this: real connection is built on shared values, not shared enemies. Okay? Real connection with somebody is built on a value you share with them, not an enemy that you have in common. If you want to be an influential leader at any level, your conversations should inspire, not destroy. And the third thing it does, talking negatively about others, it lowers your own energy and focus. This is Mel Robbins again. She says energy is everything. If you waste your energy on negativity, you have nothing left for what really matters. Do you ever feel at the end of the day like you have more to do, but you have no energy left? That's why. Negativity is an energy leak. It's the fastest way to burn out. Negativity. So what's the fastest way to plug it? If you've got a leak in your boat, what's the fastest way to plug it? Refuse to engage in it. I know that's saying a lot, and yeah, that's easier said than done. And what if I'm the odd person out and everybody else is joining in on the negativity, and I'm the one that says, no, I'm not going to engage with that, and I'm going to be the one they're talking about next? Well, let them. If you are really wanting to have no energy to get through your day, much less be successful at it, engage in negative talk, because that's what it's going to do. Okay, so here's my next question. What does talking negatively about others really cost you? Okay, we've talked about the impact and what it really does, but what does it really cost you? If you think that complaining about somebody else is harmless, you're wrong. It doesn't just waste your time, it actively destroys your influence, your opportunities, your future. You destroy your credibility. Okay. Really, here's the truth. People who gossip aren't trusted individuals. Think about this. Every one of us knows a gossip. We all can identify a gossip in our proximity. Is that somebody you trust with your secrets? When you spend time bad mouthing others, your team stops trusting you. Your kids start seeing you as a complainer, not a leader. Your network, it will shrink because real leaders don't waste time on negativity. I'm not saying that real leaders are never negative. That's a different. They don't waste their time on negativity. People with strong influence talk about ideas, possibilities, solutions. People with weak influence talk about each other. Which category do you want to be in? Another thing that it does, it costs you. You keep yourself stuck in the past. Now, I talk about a lot about this on my podcast. I talk a lot about this in my private group. I talk a lot about this in public forums, and I talk a lot about this in my one-on-one coaching. We work ourselves silly living in our past. And I say this all the time, your past is something you should learn from, not live there. We've got to learn from it, but we cannot continue living there if we want to move forward and stop living in the past. If you spend time criticizing others, you're not moving forward. You're stuck reliving old betrayals. You're reinforcing the belief that you're a victim. And you're making the past more powerful than your future can ever be. If you stay in the past, you're not in the present. If you're not in the present, you're not planning for the future. And then tomorrow becomes yesterday all the time. I coached a man once. His name is Mike. He was obsessed with talking about his old boss, how unfair he was, his boss, how they ruined his career. But here's the problem. Mike had already left that job. He was a year removed from leaving that job. He wasn't fired. He quit. He walked. For years, he had stayed angry, telling the same story over again. And you know what happened? Absolutely nothing. Mike wasted years. Mike wasted years being bitter instead of building his own success. The moment that he stopped talking about his past and started focusing on what he could build next, everything changed. That's the cost of negativity. It's going to keep you locked in a past that you can't leave. Before we move on, I do want to open something up to you. If you're interested in this topic, if this topic resonates with you, I do want to invite you to join our free community. It's over on Facebook right now. We have a private free community. You can find the link for that in the link to our bio. Again, that's becomingbulletproof.info/resources. You can find the link for that. We talk at a detailed level on this topic and many of these topics. The skills that we need to create the armor we need to live that bulletproof life. That is what we do. Taking the failures of our past and turning them into stepping stones like a phoenix growing out of the ashes of our own failure and becoming that bulletproof version of ourselves. So I encourage you to join that free community, get the support from others that are going through this same challenge we call life, and learn some strategies on becoming more bulletproof. All right, back to our topic. I want to share a little bit from my personal experience with you. After my first divorce, I've been divorced twice. After my first divorce, I had a lengthy custody battle over our daughter, who at the time was 4 years old. Long story short is I lost custody. The judge allowed her mother to move her 600 miles away. And let me tell you, that day is the worst day of my life. I was furious. I was super angry, absolutely livid, paralyzed. And I had every reason to talk trash. I had every reason to talk negative. I had every reason and ammunition to be that negative influence. And I had justification for it. My little girl was torn from me, but I made a decision. And it was probably one of the most difficult decisions that I've ever had to keep. I would never talk negatively about her mother to her. Never. If I needed to vent, I would have a friend that I could have an accountability with, and I would keep it from ever coming back to her that her dad said this, or that about her mother that was negative. Instead, I focused on building up my daughter's relationship with her mother. And I just lost my front lights here. I made a decision to focus more on building up my daughter and her mother and facilitating that relationship with her. That wasn't easy. Let me tell you, that was not easy at all. For 8 years, while she lived away from me, I continued to do that. And in fact, I got remarried, and even my new extended family, there was lots of bitterness there too. But I made it very, very clear there's no negative talk. Absolutely no negative talk will be tolerated about her mom. 8 years after they moved away, my daughter chose to move back with me. And when I asked her why, she said, "A lot of it, Daddy, a lot of it was because I felt that you wanted the best for me, not just for yourself." That's influence. Did I want to say the things in the moment and out of the moment that I was feeling? Absolutely. But I made the decision it was better for my little girl to have a positive understanding about her mother, especially from me. You don't win when you tear others down. I would have felt better in the moment by justifying what happened to me, by telling over and over my version, my side of the story, so my little girl would see me as the victim. But I wasn't going to win. I was certainly am not won what I won 8 years later. You don't win by tearing others down. You win by rising above it. All right. So here I'm going to give you 3 supporting points, expanding this topic today. 3 things that you can take from this live if you are struggling with this, or if you see somebody that is, just a way that you can rise above those ashes and not engage in the bullshit. 3 supporting points. Number 1, talking negatively weakens your influence. Okay, you cannot be both powerful and resentful. Think about the most influential person or people in your life. Okay. Are they the ones that constantly talk trash about others? Or are they the ones that are building something meaningful with their life? If you want to be the leader, if you want the influence, you've got to stop engaging with the petty talk. And guys, listen to me. Sometimes that means that you have to remove the toxicity from your life in order to focus on positivity. Sometimes that negativity that you need to remove is a person, not just an attitude. So think about that. Ask yourself that question honestly. Are you surrounded more by people who talk trash, gossip, talk down about others? Or are you surrounding yourself with people that are focusing on positivity and growth? Be honest with yourself about this, because you may be in the wrong crowd and not even know it. Point number 2, your words shape your future. Write that down. Your words shape your future. This isn't just manifestation. This is speaking your future into existence. You are what you talk about. What you speak about, you bring about. That's Brendan Burchard. Everything you say programs your brain. Everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the worse. Speaking negativity, you live negativity. Speaking growth, you can create opportunities for yourself. It is your choice which one you are going to focus on. Guys, I believe very much, and I'm gonna give you this illustration here. You all heard that we all have these little voices in our head, right? You've got the good angel and the bad angel on shoulders, that cartoon. Here's really what that is. You have the hero and you have the villain of your story embedded in your psyche. Both of those characters are alive and well inside of you. And sometimes we listen to the hero and sometimes we listen to the villain. But here's the difference: both the villain and the hero have the same backstory because they are two sides of you. They are two different personality traits. Both of them share the same backstory that you do, the same pain, the same betrayal, the same good times, the same bad times. Here's the difference: the villain in you will look at that backstory and say, I'm never going to let this happen to me again. I am never going to let myself go through this. I'm never going to allow anyone to do this to me ever, ever again at all costs. Here's how the hero says that same sentiment: I'm never going to let this happen to anyone else in my life. I'm going to shield the people in my life from ever experiencing anything like I've experienced. I love those people that much that I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep this experience from affecting them. Which voice are you listening to? Because you make that choice multiple times every day. Point 3, real influence comes from elevating, not diminishing. The strongest people build others up. They don't tear them down. Real power comes from showing others what's possible, not proving why somebody else is wrong. Here, another statement or question you probably heard before. Do you want to get something done or do you want to be right? Do you want to grow closer to that person or do you want to be right? Do you want to strengthen your connection or do you want to be right? Do you want to go and do this activity together or do you want to be right? Sometimes our desire and our obsession with being right costs us everything. Real power doesn't come from showing others they're wrong. It comes from showing others what's possible. Which legacy do you want to leave with the people in your life? It could be just a casual acquaintance. It could be a coworker. It could be a boss. Could be a spouse, a partner. Could be your child, your sibling, your parent, your friend. Which legacy do you want them to remember you by? Well, Thomas, I left that relationship because he made me feel like I was doing everything wrong. Or do you want to be known as somebody who opened up doors of opportunity for them? All right, so no nonsense wake up call. This is enough. Enough negativity. Talking negatively about somebody else, it doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you stronger. It doesn't fix a damn thing in your life. So why are you wasting your breath with it? Instead, I challenge you to choose your words wisely. Focus on solutions, not people's flaws. Okay. Invest your energy in growth, not bitterness. That's how you become bulletproof. That's how you live that bulletproof life. That's armor that will protect you in the moments you need it most in your future. If this live training tonight resonated with you at all, I do want to offer you a free download. Download my free book, The Bulletproof Mindset. You can find it at that same link, becomingbulletproof.info/resources. Download the book. Subscribe to this podcast, the Bulletproof Mindset Podcast. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at This Bulletproof Life. Wherever you are listening from, you can find that, you can find us there. This is your moment. You can either build a life of power and influence, or you can waste it on negativity. You're not going to be doing both at the same time. The choice is yours every day. And some of us need to make that conscious decision every day, but make it. If you're serious about stepping into a real relationship, real leadership, real success, real income, real benefit, real longevity, real abundance, if you're serious about that, self-mastery, then join the Becoming Bulletproof community. Surround yourself with people who elevate you, not tear you down. Learn the skills and the strategy of building this armor yourself so that you can withstand anything this world or anything else is going to throw at you. Get the mindset, get the strategy, accept the accountability and the support to become the strongest version of yourself. The link for all of those things is in the bio of wherever you're tuning in from. It's becomingbulletproof.info/resources. And it's probably also in the comment if you're watching on Facebook. I'll see you inside. And together, we're going to build this armor together. Together, we're going to test it. Together, we're going to learn. Together, we're going to grow. And that's the whole point of this community, to build the bulletproof life. So until next time, thank you for joining today. Stay strong, stay focused, and stay bulletproof. Have a good day, everybody, and take care.